Rise of the Shield Hero, episode 18, recap. So, we're trying to get through a checkpoint to go level up and meet the queen, and then, at the checkpoint, we meet Spear Hero. That doesn't go well. Then, as a fight breaks out, we find out that Naofumi is being accused of murder, and then we find out that the Pope is ready to go on a murder spree, and that it turns out that our main hero that we've seen all throughout his exploits didn't murder people off screen. And that becomes apparent to everybody, and now the Pope's an evil bad guy villain.
Trying to take the country away from the monarchy.
Yeah, but that's probably, justified. Anyways, what did you like?
I like that Spear Hero and Bitch actually get a little comeuppance in this. Like, they're finally set straight on Naofumi is not the bad guy in this story.
Yeah, there's a lot of cutaway gags in this where I like lots of good close-ups as people say things.
Yes.
The first one is probably one of my favorites where Spear Hero, Hitler Youth, goes, oh, don't worry, that won't work on me. I wouldn't be tricked so easily.
Yeah. No, my favorite has got to be Bitch doing her incantations, like, I call on you as the future queen. He's like, wow, how pretentious can an incantation be? So, yeah, that's my favorite one of the episode.
Mm-hmm. We get to see some cool combo attacks.
Yes. You also get to see how fast Naofumi's team picks stuff up.
Yeah.
Because literally they find out there's such a thing as a combo attack, and immediately they're like, okay, let's do this.
So that does get somewhat explained later on, because there's the whole scene. This is kind of spoilery, but it doesn't really matter. It's just mechanics of the world. There's a scene where eventually all of the heroes get around and start talking to each other about their abilities.
Mm-hmm.
And they're all talking, and at one point someone's like, oh, you didn't know you could view, I don't even know what it is. It's like enemy health bars or enemy mana consumption or something like that. And all three of the other ones like, wait, you can do that? And then it just turns on because they believe that they can do it.
Yeah, isn't there like, they were like, you can't use any weapon except for the weapon that's the same as yours. And he's like, I could have been picking up other shields this entire time. Like, he didn't think he could use anything but his shield, but as it turns out, he could just use other shields.
Maybe that's why he never used the one armorer's thing, is because that would give that little joke away.
Probably. But yeah, so, I mean, it's a good episode. There's a lot of stuff explained.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good setup for the next episode.
Yes.
I really love the Melty and Philo combo.
Yeah, the typhoon, where it
Yes.
blows them all up in the air, and then they should all reasonably die of fall damage.
I will say the very opening part of the episode, and Philo is just so excited to have a new wagon. Like, it's like a kid in a candy store. She has a new wagon to pull, and it just makes her so happy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And Hitler Youth gets kicked in the balls again.
Again! Yay!
That's always
Always
fun.
the best scenes.
Yeah.
And yeah, so you get a whole, the bow hero and sword hero are dead.
Yes, they're super dead. I promise. The spoiler I said 1 minute ago does not prove that false at all.
And I like that, Naofumi is trying to keep his word to the Philo Queen that he's going to try and work it out with the other heroes, even though they're really stupid.
Yeah, he does one actual attack against Spear Guy, and it attacks his skill points as opposed to his hit points.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Oh, that's a great attack, by the way, when you just use a shield to swallow somebody.
Yeah, it's pretty intense. I'm a big fan of Gengar Shield.
Yes. Yes, the Soul Eater Shield is pretty awesome.
Is there anything else you liked out of this episode?
It's kind of, I mean, it's it's pretty much just big fight. Hey, guess what? There's an even bigger enemy that we need to deal with. So
I do like that they gave the Pope actual motivations. Like, he wants power and he's tired of being snubbed by the royalty.
yeah,
Which you kind of feel like he's been snubbed by the royalty a little bit in the times that he's shown up. Like, there was the one time that he sat next to the king, but other than that, the king kind of does everything, and the Pope's got the whole weasel that wants power behind pulling strings and whatnot. Yeah, he's not a good guy, but I'm glad that they fleshed him out character-wise.
Yeah, they at least gave him a better motivation than I think I'm better than you.
Yeah, like, and it also builds off of there are repercussions for bitch and trash's behavior, because if they weren't acting like that and if they behaved more like Melty and the Queen, then the Pope would not have nearly as many people on his side, and his justification would just be, me want power, give power, please.
Yeah. No, I really like that he uses the other heroes' deeds against, like, he really points out, you know what, you set this plant loose, the other one contaminated a city with a dead dragon,
and the third one doesn't give a fuck about anyone but himself.
Yeah, like, he uses their own arrogance against them as reason to get people on his side.
Yup.
So they really kind of...
I also love the identity politics in Naofumi getting blamed for the things that he also fixed.
Yeah.
That is really interesting.
Yeah, like, in all of the things the Pope listed, there was nothing that Naofumi did that he could say... It's just, oh, you're the shield hero, so you're the devil. So it doesn't really matter how good you are. And so...
So what did you not like?
There's really not a lot not to like.
We got the one shot that's worse in the actual show than in the title sequence.
Yeah. It was a little disappointing.
The judgment spell.
Yeah.
With something that cool of a name, and it's the first ritual spell that we see.
Yeah.
Maybe do something a little more impressive. Like, the ritual magic we're about to see in the next episode is a lot cooler.
Yes.
But, like, judgment's just, like, the fact that it doesn't work. Like, someone should have died.
Yeah, like, it was thwarted by one hero by himself with no help.
A little bit of warning.
It is.
He had advantage.
Yeah, he had a little bit of warning, but, like, it does show Naofume's strength, but again...
And also, does leveling up matter if Naofume can survive judgment while he's at his base level?
Yeah.
I get that eventually things are going to get bigger and badder, and the heroes need to get bigger and badder too, but, like... And maybe in the long term, this is just showing off how weak the church really is, but for now, this is, like, the biggest bad of the season in this world. So, being level 1 and rebuffing their strongest attack feels incongruous, let's say.
Yes.
And then, I don't like that I was wrong, the Pope does open his eyes.
Yeah.
He's normally got Brock face going on, but you do see that he actually has very lovely golden pupils.
I am not a big fan of the Pope's art style.
I like his sword. I like all of his details.
I'm not a big fan of the art style of the Pope.
Yeah.
He looks generic to me for some reason. I don't know why. He just does.
I feel like a lot of priests kind of carry a very generic feel to them, though.
And that
especially
might be...
once you dive into Catholicism.
Yeah, and that might be why, but for me, like, considering...
By the way, the church in this is definitely a take on Catholicism.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the artwork for the Pope.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's about the only thing I don't like. It's really hard to come up with things I don't like about this show.
His weapon's so cool. That's a spoiler, though. But yeah, the show ends on a cliffhanger, question mark?
Yeah.
Where Melty's like, Naofume, watch out, that sword is bad news. And it's like, it's literally crackling with energy and has magic flowing through it. I think we all knew there was some bad stuff, some bad mojo in the sword.
Yeah.
Well, do you want to get into spoilers?
Sure.
All right. What all do you remember about the fight coming up?
I do remember that he draws power from all of his disciples.
Yeah.
I know that, spoiler, the spear hero and the sword hero are not dead and they show up.
Mm-hmm.
I remember the cathedral spell.
Yes, I love the cathedral spell where things get really
Yeah,
psychedelic.
I know it's a really big, huge fight, and it's the first time you really see the four heroes work together. Like, it's really the first time that you see them put their differences aside, and you kind of see how much stronger they are if they just put their differences aside and work together.
Yep.
It's kind of a great confirmation of what Vittoria was telling the shield hero about. You know, if you're not working together, you're not going to get the job done because you're not strong enough.
Yep.
So, it is kind of a really... I really like the next episode. There's a lot that goes on.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. I remember at the start of this episode, I said, I remember seeing this checkpoint and really liking the stuff that happens around it, because I thought that this was kind of a one-off nothing episode when we went into it. And then stuff started happening, and they were in the lightning cage, and I was like, but this ends with the whole airstrike thing, and then I remember, oh yeah, we're getting to, like, the fight of the season.
No, I was a little wrong on the timeline also, because I thought he met with the queen before the church fight happened.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently my timeline's completely off. So I've gotten a lot of timeline stuff wrong so far.
Alright.
But yeah, no, it is really hard to come up with stuff I don't like about this show, because it's all just so good.
It is a very good show. It's one of the reasons we're doing a podcast on it.
I know.
Eventually I'm going to do a podcast on a show that I absolutely despise, and all of the, like, what did you like sections are going to be non-existent. It's going to be so much fun. Should just start watching the, like, In Another Life with my smartphone or whatever. Be like, this is why this is stupid. Alright, well, what's your big takeaway for this episode?
My big takeaway is,
ask for the proof, even if your friends are the ones saying it.
If your friends tell you somebody's dead, be like, can I see the body? Like,
yeah, like,
can I get some proof? Like, don't just take people at their word.
Mm-hmm.
Do a little investigation.
Yep.
It's called, what is it? Socrates or Plato's allegory of the cave. You can't just take people's word for stuff. You have to find evidence.
Yeah.
On your own.
Hard agree. Yay, philosophy. I guess we can call it there. We'll see you